Baguio, the city of pines, the economic center of the Cordillera region, and the summer capital of the Philippines. Baguio was built as a hill station in the 1900s at the start of the American colonial period, but today it is a highly urbanized city home to almost 350,000 residents, but tourists come in droves for its higher altitude and cooler attitude. Hey there, poor traveler! We are Vince and Josh, and if you're planning a trip to Baguio for the first time, here are some tips that you might find useful. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified when we upload new travel videos. Where to stay? Baguio looks easy and simple on the map, but it is a lot more complicated in reality. At the very center of the city is Burnham Park. Many of the key places of interest are located somewhere around it. Most key roads are somehow directly connected to it. Even jeepney terminals are easily accessible from the park. Hence, if it's your first time and you want to see the key attractions in the city, pick a place that is located near Burnham Park. This area will be most convenient for you. It doesn't have to be directly across it. Even hotels that are just a short walk away will do. But if you're after some peace of mind and you're not here to go sightseeing, choose a hotel that is located away from Burnham Park and a little bit isolated from all the business. Baguio, after all, is still a bustling urban hub with lots of vehicles and people. How to get there? Several bus companies fly the Manila-Baguio route, but the most popular are Victoryliner and Genesis Transport. Baguio is only 4 to 6 hours away from Manila, depending on which part of Manila you're coming from, which route the bus takes, and whether or not it makes a stop along the way. But higher-end buses like Joybus and Victoryliner's first-class service use NLEX, ECITEX, and TPLEX non-stop, cutting down the travel time to 4 to 5 hours. First-class buses also have wider legrooms and free snacks. For the bus schedule and fares, follow the link in the description. From the terminal in Baguio, you can take a cab to your hotel. If your hotel is near Burnham Park, the fare should be around 70 pesos. If you're traveling in the time of the pandemic, know that there may be certain policies that you need to follow to visit Baguio as a tourist. Follow the link in the description for the list of travel requirements. How to get around? Attractions are scattered around the city in clusters. The problem is, these clusters are far from each other, so you need to build your itinerary well. There are two main modes of transportation. The cheaper option is by jeepney. If your hotel is near Burnham Park, you can easily find a jeepney because there are terminals just outside the park. But the more convenient way is the taxi. It's still pretty affordable, especially compared to taxi rates in Manila, and you can still make the most of it if you're a group. And taxi drivers are known to be honest, giving exact change. Grab also works in Baguio, but the number of available cabs is very limited, so expect to wait a long time to book. You can also travel on foot. Within the city proper, we usually just walk, but I have to warn you that it can be exhausting. Visitors usually forget that Baguio's terrain is largely uneven, something that isn't obvious if you rely on flat maps. But once you're there, you'll realize soon enough that walking around Baguio involves a lot of uphill climbs. After all, Baguio is perched in the highlands of the Cordillera. If you're not familiar with some shortcuts, you'll also find yourself walking long distances. When to visit? When is the best time to visit? November to April if you're sightseeing. Baguio enjoys cool temperature year-round, but of course, some months are better than others. November to April is the driest period, which is great if you're planning on spending most of your time exploring. This means that there is very little chance of heavy rain to put a damp on your itinerary. December to February is the coldest period, and the temperature will steadily rise until May, but it's still pretty chilly, especially at night. If you love festivals, visit in February when the Panagbenga Festival or Baguio Flower Festival is in full swing, and see the Grand Parade of Flowers. But expect thick crowds everywhere. June to September is the wettest period and is not ideal for touring. But if you're visiting Baguio to reflect or get inspired or simply be alone, the damp, foggy mornings can match your mood. Where to eat? Baguio has a fascinating and pretty eclectic food scene. Making the most of the abundance of ingredients of the region, locals come up with lots of imaginative culinary spots. Go food tripping at the Baguio Night Market, Cafe by the Ruins, Ililikha Artists Village, and the many bars and restaurants around Session Road. But aside from the homegrown restaurants, Baguio also offers a taste of numerous international cuisines, from Korean to Japanese to Vietnamese to Spanish to Greek to Lebanese. You'll find all of them in Baguio. We will create another video dedicated to these restaurants, so be sure to check back soon. And oh, don't forget to stuff your face with strawberry ice cream and strawberry taho, which are available all around the city. Things to do. Baguio has a lot to offer to visitors. Here are just some of the key attractions. We also included spots in nearby La Trinidad and other municipalities. We'll not go into detail because we'll share more information about each of these in a separate video. Day trips. Baguio City alone can easily fill a weekend itinerary, but it's also a good base for those who wish to explore other parts of the region. La Trinidad is often associated with Baguio, but it's actually a separate municipality. But because it is very close, it is often included in most visitors' travel plans. Some of the key attractions in La Trinidad include the Bell Church, the Colors of Stobosa, and this very popular strawberry farm. For the adventurous, you can head for the scenic mountainsides adorned by stunning cascades like Hydro Falls and Bridal Veil Falls. Or you can head further north to the town of Atok, which is much colder and home to the Northern Blossom Flower Farm and its picture-perfect cabbage roses. If you need more information about traveling around Baguio, you'll find a comprehensive travel guide with a sample itinerary on our blog, www.thepoortraveler.net, or check out the link in the description. If you have questions, make good use of the comment section below. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just look for @ThePoorTraveler, single L. You may also follow and tune in to the Poor Traveler podcast on Spotify. That's all for now. We are Vince and Josh, and remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it.